If you want to be a good music producer, chances are you'll probably be taking an online music course to help boost up your skills. The problem is that there's just so many online music courses and none of them is a one-size-fits-all. Andrew Huang is a YouTube music influencer and he's been teaching his 2 million plus subscribers how to make creative music in the most fun way possible. And now he has this online music course you can take, but is it right for you? Hey, it's Onesto, and today in this video, you're gonna be hearing my fourth and final review of Andrew Huang's music production course. And before I get into my review of the class overall, let me just share with you what the last week was like. The assignment for this week was pretty huge and intense. What you had to do was you had to write your own lyrics, record your own vocals, record any live instruments if you have any lying around, and then make a song all within 7 days. And if you're anything like me, lyrics, recording vocals, that is stuff that is so foreign to me. I have never tried that on my own. So this week was very valuable and very eye-opening. So this week there was 3 main videos that you had to watch. The first showed Andrew writing down lyrics and creating a melody out of the lyrics. And what I liked about this video was that Andrew, you can really tell that he came in with no plan. You got to see him really workshop out a song, and that's something I've never experienced before. Although I wasn't engaging with him, it was just interesting to see someone work out lyrics, work out melodies, and just try things out. The guitar and bass recording was kind of straightforward because he just plugged directly into his interface. But the section on drums was really helpful because you got to see how he would mic different kinds of drums. I personally wish that I got to see him record his own vocals more in the videos. You got to see him do it a little bit, but I wanted to see him do something more in depth, showing where should a mic be positioned, how loud you should be singing, really dumb basic stuff. But maybe it is as simple as it sounds and I'm just making it too complicated. Who knows? And then he has a video where he shows once again how he mixes and masters a track. And I think in this last video, I think I really got to see him flex more of his mixing and mastering muscles. In the very first video, what he was doing in his mixing and mastering was super simple. But in this third song, we got to really see him make more critical decisions in regards to how he shaping the tone through EQ or the way that he was messing with compression. So I felt like I learned the most from him in song 3 just by observing him. My recorded song. Usually this is a part of my review where I list a link to the song I created, but for this week in particular, I totally scrapped my song and I totally think that's okay. Writing lyrics, singing, processing and copying vocals, that was a whole lot to do in a week. And I wanted to spend as much time as possible in that rather than focus on creating this whole song. And trust me, I am all about sharing music, but I also am all about not sharing all of your music. All right, it's time for my final and overall review of this music production course. In my past videos, I would break down each week and talk about the specific components and what I thought about them. But for this video, because it's this final review, I just want to share with you the most important things I believe you should know before deciding to take this class or as you're taking this class. So first things first, who is this course for? When it comes to experience level, I believe this course is best suited for someone who has 6 months to 1.5 years of experience. And I really think 1.5 years or 18 months of experience is kind of the maximum you should want to have, because after that, I feel your knowledge and your experience just kind of outpaces the class in a really good way. Not saying that there'll be nothing to learn at that point. It's just how much you can get out of it starts to diminish. I also believe that this course is for someone who wants to make friends with other music producers. And what's great with this class is that there is kind of this chat with the peer group. You're assigned to a peer group of around 20, 25 other students. And with those 25 students, you can see their progress. You can see the songs they're creating. You can give them feedback. They'll give you feedback. The last thing I want to say of who this course is for someone who wants to make music in a style and genre similar to Andrew. So if you're into genres like trap or future bass or house, then there's probably another course out there that's better suited for you. And I only say that because all the videos that you watch are very much in Andrew's genre and style, which isn't those more electronic EDM world type of genres. So let's say you're looking at who that course is for list and you're not really ticking all the boxes. I don't feel like I really tick those boxes as well. However, I still learned a whole lot, fortunately, because throughout the class you're required to make songs in very different ways. So you really kind of get a sample of every single way to create a song. And yes, theoretically, you don't have to take this class to sing your own song or to create your own samples. You don't have to. But the thing is, for me, like, I probably would have never done that because I never thought about it. I never felt required to do so. But this class kind of like, all right, pushed you into that, saying like, do this and create it. But let's say you're a more intermediate and advanced producer and you're really familiar with making songs in all those 3 ways, then once again, this class probably isn't for you. And that's okay, because there's other courses that are more suited for an intermediate or advanced type of producer. So here's some other courses that I recommend if you feel like Andrew Huang's course isn't gonna be the right fit for you. All right, alternative number 1. If you wanna take a course that's similar in price to Andrew Huang's course, then check out EDM Prod. They have a lot of courses geared towards producers who are beginners or in like this intermediate level. Alternative number 2 is Hyperbit's Masterclass. Okay, this class is probably my favorite online course experience I've ever had. However, they're really pricey. What's really cool too is that they have office hours a couple times a week where you can go into this live chat and ask the instructors anything. They just make themselves really accessible to you. Alternative number 3, this is the cheapest and most accessible but still effective way to learn, I believe, which is just simply a subscription to something like ADSR or Sonic Academy. It's just like a much more curated version of YouTube. I would recommend not signing up for a whole year subscription, even though it's much cheaper. I did that once and I felt like it was a waste after 3 months. So what I recommend instead is just sign up for 1 month at a time. Because I often found that after a month, I'm like already kind of like, all right, I'm tired of learning, I wanna go back to creating. So what I'll do is I'll sign up for a month. I have like a list of things I wanna learn. I'll watch some of their videos, pick up those skills, and then I'll cancel my subscription and then just create until I'm like, I feel like I wanna learn again. Overall, you just end up saving money while still getting like really good education from those sources. Okay, so if you do want to take Andrew Huang's music production course, which I do recommend, I still want to give you some quick tips on how to get the most out of this class. Quick tip number 1, do not try to write your EP from the songs of this class. Don't do it. As you're going through each week, don't try to make the best song possible. Just try to make a song and really dive deep into what you're being required to do. So for example, on the samples week, when you're creating your own samples and composing a song out of it, don't try to make this incredible song. What I would instead do is create something awesome out of the samples you made. Quick tip number 2 is to pay attention to what you're learning. You're gonna be learning a whole lot. You're gonna be consuming a lot of videos every single day. So take a brief moment to reflect and pause and to be like, what am I learning? And spend time identifying what it was that you're weak in. Quick tip number 3 is that this class moves really fast in weeks 3 and 4. So weeks 1 and 2 are pretty chill. They're kind of a slower paced weeks. But once you hit week 3, you're starting to make a song a week pretty much. So you really have to be a bit more disciplined. You got to clear out your schedule so that you have the time, you have the energy to really focus on what you're learning in this class. All right, my final tip for this course is to not expect Andrew to be giving you lots of feedback. I only bring this up because I've been able to talk to some past students on Reddit, and there's a bunch of students who are really happy and satisfied with this course. There was a handful of people who were disappointed with the course, and a lot of that disappointment came from the fact that they thought that Andrew was going to be giving them one-on-one feedback, that Andrew would be helping them and accessible throughout the course. And I get where they're coming from. On Monthly's website, you're kind of given the impression that Andrew is going to be in your peer group, that he's going to be helping you out, that he's going to be commenting on your work week after week. Andrew does comment on students' work, but I don't think you can really count on him giving you multiple comments on your work. Okay, is this class worth it? I think this is a good class. I enjoyed it. I learned a whole lot. However, I feel like this course is a little overpriced. Let me explain why I feel that way. As I mentioned before, I've taken a lot of courses throughout the year. So what I've done is simply looked at each of my past courses that I've taken on my own, and I get to compare. And I just felt like Andrew's course, as good and valuable as it is just still a little overpriced. And if you're wondering what price I would give it so that it's like the fairest that it could be according to me, I think $200 would be like the sweet spot. But at the end of the day, if that $280 price tag doesn't bother you, take the class. You'll have a lot of fun. You'll meet some cool people. You'll write a few songs. All I'm simply saying is that I believe there are classes that offer a better value. So after watching this video, if you believe this class is for you, I have a referral link in the description below. It'll save you $20. So instead of $280, it'll be $260 for the course. So have at it and enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope that my review helped you out. If it did, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and subscribe to hear more reviews, to hear more tutorials from me, and I will see you later.